The Mpondo Revolt is regarded as one of the ways people in rural areas fought against the apartheid government. The uprising was sparked by the Mpondo people's dissatisfaction with the land rehabilitation program at the time. The commemoration is meant to acknowledge the role played by Mpondo in the struggle for freedom and liberation. Some family members of those who perished still believe a lot still needs to be done.
We complain about the support that we don't get from the government. As I said earlier, we said we don't have something like these rooms the government is building for poor people. We are not given that. At the same time, the government did not keep the promises. Like before this was established, we were promised to be given money each and every month as the grant, to say sorry for what was done to your parents. But now that is not happening. We're given the grant only that time, not now.
Locals are happy that the Ingquza Hill Massacre site has since been developed. However, the Public Service Commission is of the view that all the victims should be recognized.
We should recognize that it was not just local communities. There were individuals who were drawn from Nileni. And these struggles had taken place for months leading up to this time. Some in places in Bizana, Kolambasi, Emaxesibeni, and this was the culmination of those struggles. But what is most important during that time, it was the same year you had the Sharpeville Massacre, the Nyanga Massacre. It was the same year liberation organizations were banished. It was the same year that the new phase of our struggle with O.R. Tambo and many other leaders going to exile, the exile-based struggle, was to be launched.
The Eastern Cape government says this day is very significant for the people of Pondoland.
I'm quite happy, though not content, with the progress we are making. We are coming slowly but surely, but I think we need to do more. This is an area where you are talking about the poorest of the poor in its true sense of meaning. So it's going to be important that we improve the capability of government, we improve the ethical way of doing things, the agility of the state, in order to ensure that the development in this area is actually realized for service delivery to be appreciated. So we are here today to be amongst our people, to say we're still with them, to be amongst those families that suffered. We need to take those families along, making it a point that children in those families are able to help us to catalyze the new creation of the livelihood in those families.
The families are still aggrieved that there was no reparation. Mabuyane says a lot still needs to be done for the affected families.
The reparation is important. It's a debate. That's why now we're doing all what we're doing, including what we're doing now with the Cradle 4, looking deeper into exactly what has happened. Was indeed a correct story told about this? Were these really people given a fair chance and a fair hearing to state their side of the story? But we can be able to interact with the families in different ways. We can do these things in kind, we can do these things in material. For me, in kind is to make sure that we're taking kids to school. That's a permanent solution to the family, so that you break the intergenerational poverty or underdevelopment that we are seeing.
The Eastern Cape government says multi-billion rand projects like the End to Wild Coast and Umzimvubu Water Project are some of the projects that will help develop the area. Fundiswa Mhlekude, SABC News, Flagstaff.